But it has become very clear, even from this morning, that Martin KPEBU has a personal hatred and jealousy for Akufo Addo and his family. It seems there's some bitterness within you for that family. I don't know what they did to you or what they will do to you. I don't know what is jealousy, is bitterness, but it's just naked wickedness towards this family.
Abusia Dr. Joshua Zaato put Lawyer Martin KPEBU into order. In fact, we're disciplined right to his face. For how I said, Martin KPEBU enya platform be ejina so a na so person de Akufo Addo nim edwitwi from say the sebe Akufo Addo is small boy but man no but say on several occasions baby a platform be Martin KPEBU transfer akase bia na say ontimi nya ni show abro mo Akufo Addo dini eno ana Dr. Zaato ene na class here enye fedi agro ayi Penyah block media meso aso ani di mo obe like video no da ma subscribe button sabe click verification icon no latest update na ba kire wa adwen de ama me e wo comment section so ba so a no ache for Penyah bia hwe. So we heard the life of Lawyer Martin KPEBU right now. It has connection with and someone, you know, NDC General Secretary, Fifi Kwete Ekaya said some of the NDC members are gradually becoming sycophants. They are singing praiser songs to where it is not due. Martin KPEBU will be on the OSP position, you know. And the ways and means trying to give glory to this government, trying to do everything to please Mahama. Nearman that position, you know. It is not the love for the country, but just getting appointment to enrich himself. That's it. And on several occasions, Lawyer Martin KPEBU has been, you know, rubbishing the Akufo Addo government and rubbishing the personality of Akufo Addo. And even attacking his government quite normal, but this has become personal, you know, fight with him. Platform be Lawyer Martin KPEBU Transubiano. Whatever topic I discuss here, he can't go without mentioning Akufo Addo's name, dragging him to the ground, And I just can't fathom. Say, di asemwa. Mintiase, di asemwa. Then Martin KPEBU perfect for the honor. Now, you know, anytime be as obey this issue, biano. I am not lucky. Dr. Zaato Joshua, honomo, na orona abe class, obekaya. Yache, you know, yakwache, lawyer pardon muchere. No. You know, Martin KPEBU, ebe kasa home, Emma Yajano, Caso, and you're right. Say, Martin, pardon muchere, Jano, any other, Abra OSP invite you, no. Lo and behold, and OSP is ever far Lawyer Martin KPEBU. OSP watching Martin KPEBU near and then near Pesa Ghana phone, you know, young can be man. A horn cancer, the OSP no where incompetent, where this. A hot can will show the interest in getting the position of the OSP. And that time, no, Dr. Zaato, any class here.
Before I talk about the OSP, I have to say something. There's a poem here I want to read. It says, first they came for the communists and I did not speak out because I was not a communist. Then they came for the socialists and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me and there was no one left to speak for me. This way we have seen the personification of hypocrisy in this country. Martin KPEBU was arrested by the OSP. Very wrong, very wrong. If this had happened when Nana Addo was president, there would have been blood on the streets of Accra.
How do you mean there would have been blood?
If Martin KPEBU was arrested when Akufo Addo was president, we would have burned down this town because of that. For 8 years, Martin sat here and did what Martin does best. Said things, criticized, said some of the things against Nana Addo.
I supported him the first time.
4 years, good. Whatever it is. He said those things. Worst things that he said about Kisi Ajabe. Worst things that he said. He said things about Akufo Addo. He said things about Bawumia. Said them. Nobody touched him. But now all of a sudden, under the so-called new freedom, we're told that we are in the second independence. Under the so-called second independence, now that and we're told that the Akufo Addo regime was oppressive. Under the new liberalized regime, Martin KPEBU cannot sit on air and speak his freedom of mind without the state arresting him.
The state didn't.
The state did. Kisi Ajabin was not behalf of the state.
Hold on.
He's the state.
You see,
Kisi Ajabin was not acting on his behalf as a personal lawyer.
No, he is the state.
He is the state. He is the state.
It's not the state.
powers he got are from the constitution.
And he abused the power.
It doesn't matter because he's acting in his capacity as the state.
No.
Very important. I want to speak this. So this is what is happening. You see hypocrisy. Paul Addo was arrested by the same office. He went through the same, if not similar jail as you here. When it happened, you were here, you were giddy. You were happy that Paul Addo went through. I can show you. I can show you evidence.
Wait.
You see, I'm saying this because this is what you said. No, please. You see, here's what I knew this would happen. I knew that when I begin to talk, I will not be able to flow. Let me flow. No, please, it's important. He said, no. That's the way I speak. Please, please don't do this. Let me talk. Please.
You made quite some comments.
Yes, look, Joy FM reports. Joy FM is reporting on the 1st of August 2025. Addo was misleading OSP when he said he had no property. Today, the same Joy is reporting OSP demanding a landed property in my name before bail looked like a joke. When Paul was arrested here, nobody in Parliament got up and said that the office was being abusive. When Paul was taken away and denied the basic rights, nobody said anything. So are we saying that some people deserve it, others don't? Where is our sense of fairness? Where is our sense as a society to say that wrong is wrong and whether we shouldn't do it? If your idea is that KPEBU is better than Paul and that when it happens to Paul, it's okay, it's justified. But when it happens to KPEBU, it's not justified. What kind of society are we raising? What are we saying this? And so my point still remains. Look, both Martin and Paul are victims of a state that is increasingly trying what? Criminalize speech. They are victims of the state that is increasingly trying to, and all this is happening before the new law or cyber law, whatever law is yet to come. Imagine for a minute if that law passes. There's a people saying that if you go to the farm to fight for your wood, and you will see the stones burning, you do not stand there and ask what happened to the firewood. The stones are burning. If this state is arresting Paul Addo, if this state is arresting Martin KPEBU, the whole Martin KPEBU, then what do you think they will do to Jebunti? What do you think will happen to Jebunti? So look, either there are two things. I'm asking that if we engage in these debates, let us try to be a little bit fair. Tyranny in every form is bad. That's why I'm saying a threat to human rights anyway in any form is a threat to human rights everywhere. If we do not call back the state, look, what the OSP is doing is not different from what EOCO has done. No. What the OAP is doing is not different from all of them. They have all done that. They have all used. I'm asking, like you said, how do you take somebody for something and now you say land their property? I'm not a lawyer. I've never done it, but I'm asking, where is Martin KPEBU going? Every Saturday they come and stand like this, you will catch Martin KPEBU here. Where is he going? Yeah. So why are you asking for landed property? But it has happened. My point is that when it happened, we sat here, we did not condemn it. Today, members of the former government are crying that their bail conditions are exorbitant, are extreme, and that we are weaponizing the bail system to punish them. That is it. The same thing they were trying to do to you. Where was the outcry? Where was the outrage? Martin KPEBU is not different from any other Ghanaian. Fortunately for him, he has a platform, he has a voice, and you cannot dim that. I've been here with him a number of times now, and I know that nothing can prevent Martin from being Martin. Martin will always be Martin. That's okay. What about those who are not Martins? What about those without this platform? What about those who cannot, when they call them, and no big men in Ghana will not call, hey, release Martin? What about those whose arrest will not be shown on TV? Martin, when one day we were sitting here, and one of your clients somewhere said that they arrested in something, and you were complaining about it, and our friend here texted you, remember?
Yes.
Again, imagine that person didn't have a powerful attorney like you. So I'm saying that a lot of these things are happening. We shouldn't be selectively outraged. When we do that, we are glorifying hypocrisy. We shouldn't be selectively outraged. When we do that, we are being Machiavellian and we are bringing some kind of animal farm justice to the system.
Dr. Zaato, and the clash here. Now, we said there's been many instances, I just say, Lawyer Martin KPEBU, he can't stay a day, can't be on a single show without, mentioning Akufo Addo's name and rubbishing his integrity. On to me. Now we have a Nancy and Chair and Blue Black say, Can of writer no yachano, USC. As a visa and some the visa or do a honomono, it has overdue and he has overstayed his visa. I was renew, but process into no action as a USA Immigration and Customs Enforcement, the ICE police, and the che can of USA Montana so. And oh akachi. I say even Krano Ghana embassy Honomono. I confirm it is true. And you choose a che can of by the ICE. Emma later update every can of lawyers or a buy. I know much now no. And yes, be a Ghana for more extradition there and investors and some other bills move and with him say confrata no I said we say na I overdue no also 5 years active Canadian visa also 5 years active UK visa 80 mananya model say we be Ghana dey go nyama now this issue no e be a topic for discussion with the NRA Martin KPEBU Echo PMO TV3 show so na hono Martin KPEBU echiremu say this is the best time I was able to Akufo Addo say where is Kenufuriata.
But in the meantime, at least, the fact that he's been restricted is a bit of a warning to him. It's a salvo that, look, like Manasseh put it, humiliation. It started. He's been too stubborn. He has to just come back home. And perhaps this is the time that we should call on Akufo Addo to prevail upon his brother to come back.
What does Akufo Addo go to do?
But that's his brother. That's why they are family. When he was in government,
in persona.
Oh no. So let me make my point. That's when you come from a family and you are involved in trouble. You don't.
So you can't talk and leave Akufo Addo.
They are family. Yes. So they are family.
Respond to the issue as raised.
Okay. No.
They are family, and it's normal in our cultural setups. Okay, not just here alone. I mean, most civilizations, one member of a family is in trouble, they'll go to the rest and offer advice. So at this stage, Akufo Addo has to step in to, prevail upon Oforiatta to come to stop the further humiliation because he's dragging their family name into disrepute. Because prior to that, Akufo Addo had said no person is corrupt, etc. So a valid. Okay. Oh, I haven't finished.
Yes, yes.
Right? So that is the point.
Kenufuriata asem na yeka. But out of nowhere, Lawyer Martin KPEBU Eddie Akufo Addo abemubi. Chese or the Akufo Addo abemubi. Na eno de eho no Dr. Zaato Joshua wan twema no. On any clash here, putting him to order. I will Martin KPEBU say e dey ba dey pa na oje fe Akufo Addo hono on Canada from Pamano.
My position on accountability, I've stated it, and I always state it. I've said that. Regime and post-regime accountability, I have absolutely no problem with that. I don't know Ken Afolaita from anywhere. I've never met him. The closest I've seen him is on TV. I'm saying the closest I've seen him is on TV. I don't know him. I've never met him. He was a finance minister for 8 years, or no, for 6, 7 years, whatever it is. He has the right to come and account for whatever it is. The legalities and otherwise of this, I have no problem with that. I'll let it go. When any day, whatever happens, it comes again. I don't even think he will hire me as a lawyer because I'm not a lawyer to defend him. So I also let that go. Maybe he will hire my friend. You were in school together, now you've gone somewhere, you are not looking at me. Don't do that, Doc. Don't do that. Yeah.
You already
wait. Doc, okay, that's part of the joke. But look, let's be honest. There seems to be an infatuation with Ken Oforiatta. It seems to be that there is some deep-seated kind of, I don't know what it is, hatred of situation with the and this government. I don't get it.
There's some hatred for
I don't know. There seems to be some infiltration that, listen, everything seems to what? Like, everything, Akufo. I pray and hope that it ends. I pray and hope that this man comes so that whatever it is, the justice system takes its form and then we can move on with our lives. We have things to do. We have an economy to improve. We have mouths to feed. We have unemployed youth to employ. We have bad roads to fix. We have a judiciary to rebuild. We have a lot of things to do. But it seems that this kind of Oforiatta thing has just frozen almost everybody and almost everything. And that's what I'm praying. I'm praying that it quickly comes to an end.
But so you want accountability. You want accountability.
That's what I'm saying. That I pray if tomorrow I wake up and realize that Oforiatta is in town. If tomorrow I wake up and realize that he's before a judge in Ghana, I have no problem with that. The justice system will take its part, and then we will see. Because you see, we seem to be engaged in this kind of a tunnel vision, narrow tunnel vision, where we just want to make it look like is Oforiata. I want us to move ahead. There are other investigations.
How can we move ahead if the person?
I've said if I move.
Take this question.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, so because you're saying we should move ahead, I'm saying how can we move ahead if the person in question has not been brought in to answer for his stewardship, and then also their prosecution? The allegation against him. You asked
me. Let me answer it. There are 4 lawyers here, and they've all said it. All these prominent lawyers have said that we don't need a man in court to charge him. All these lawyers have said that you don't need a man in court to prosecute him. So the question I also ask is this: for the whole year, why aren't we prosecuting the guy? If you say that the OSP was delaying, if you say OSP was delaying, and you say OSP is good, but is it possible that the Attorney General could have moved ahead and started prosecuting the guy in court for a whole year? Because so far, a whole year has been, for want of a better word, wasted. Is it possible that they could have been prosecuting him before now? Because I believe that, imagine we were prosecuting him and then we had gotten far, then he comes and then we continue with that. So I'm saying that, whatever it is, if I wake up tomorrow morning and I hear that he's here, I'll be very happy. Let him go to court. Let us do that. If he's found guilty, he'll pay for it because he knew that going into public office. He's found innocent, he'll go home to his family because that is the price you pay for going to public office. But let us also understand that.
But the question you ask about why is he not being prosecuted, are you aware that he's being prosecuted now? There's a case against him. So is the coming down just academic? So it's coming down just academic? I
was
just asking.
No, I know. Okay, if that's the case, so it means that even whether he comes out or not, then it means as a state we are not losing anything, right?
In case he's convicted.
Again, there's a different. Tamakulo said enough. Tamakulo has been. I'm making a point. If we are already prosecuting him, as you've said, that means that he can still be found guilty. And if he's found guilty and he's not there, there are other legal remedies that I'm sure the Attorney General has to use it to what? At least let us get our money. My point is that we should fix Zaid on getting the money if if he's found guilty. So what? So it means that if he's coming down, is it only academic? Or is it political and humiliation? Because if you are prosecuting him and he's not here, and then you are saying that he must be here to face justice. He's already facing justice. Isn't that when you are being prosecuted, are you not facing justice?
That's correct.
So we shouldn't make the idea that Ken Oforiata is not facing justice right now. If what you've just said is true, he's already facing the justice.
It's reduced. It's a reduced form.
You make your point.
Again,
the Deputy Attorney General.
Because I'm not a lawyer. Maybe these questions I'm asking, maybe they are ignorant.
Okay, hold on, gentlemen. Please.
Maybe the questions I'm asking are ignorant. The Attorney General will school me. He's also a very good senior lecturer. So the question is, one, we should not create this negative perception in the public that Oforiata is not facing justice. If he's being prosecuted, you are facing justice. If you are in court or your lawyers are in court, you are facing justice. So his coming may only be for optics. His coming may only be for the public humiliation. His coming may only be for the political capital that you're coming. No. Because the guy is being prosecuted. Unless you tell me that if you are being prosecuted in your absence, it's different from being prosecuted in person. Because I believe that if he's found guilty, and then his final court, he will face it. So
let me just.
No. I'll come to you. I'll come to you. Respectfully. Please. I'll come to you. I will come to you. Your microphone is off. I want land. Yeah. Dr. Zaato, land on your point.
So, if that is so, there are two things now I've tried to establish.
Okay.
The man is facing justice in Ghana. He's before court. He's before a competent judge, a competent system of judicial, and that he can be found guilty, and every other consequences of the legal process can be brought to bear him. That is true. Two, that the narrative that he is not facing justice or he's not being prosecuted is wrong. Three, then if his coming down has no material value to that prosecution, then it is just a political thing to humiliate him, parade him around as the foster boy of corruption so that you can get, should I say, political capital or whatever. So it is the politicization of his arrest which is now the prime issue here. But the man is already facing justice. I think I must start by saying that I've watched Martin's submissions on these issues. But it has become very clear, even from this morning, that Martin KPEBU has a personal hatred and jealousy for Akufo Addo and his family. It seems there's some bitterness within you for that family. I don't know what they did to you or what they will do to you. I don't know whether it's jealousy, it's bitterness, but it's just naked wickedness towards this family. But look, whatever it is, Martin, I would have thought that somebody like you who just tasted a little bit of the coercive powers of the state would be a little bit magnanimous when it comes to this. At every opportunity, you drag the former president's name into this. At every opportunity, you try to bastardize his name. At every opportunity, you try to soil his name. What at all has Akufo Addo done to you?
What do you gain out of it?
And what do you gain out of it? Because you see, it's very important. We are talking about personalizing politics. We are talking about, you are not raising the quality of this argument. No. You are not raising the quality of the public engagement. No. You are not making inputs that people can learn from. No. It is personal to you. Why? You see, you sat here, you said the same thing about Paul Addo. You sat here, you chastised him. When he was arrested, you were giddy, you were laughing, you were smiling. When they picked you, you wanted the whole world to mourn for you. When they arrested you, you wanted the whole world to call Kisa Jabin to order. It's not nice when you pick up a family. You are being a bully. You are bullying the Akufo Addo family. They've left you. Because probably they think that you are not relevant. But it's no good when you are picking on somebody. He's a former president. He's raised about that. If not, he also has people who I think that can also come out to defend him. So what you are doing is no good. Don't be a bully, Martin KPEBU. Don't be. It's not nice. Don't do that. Okay?
Chira wagye mame e wo comment section. Aha Penyah Block Media. Accra.